Hey everybody, what is going on? It's your friend Voodoo51292 here, and welcome to this week's channel update. This camera's pointed a little high, isn't it? There we go, it's better. Now you can see me. So welcome to this week's channel update, and this is the week of Monday, April the 9th through Sunday, April 15th of 2012, and let me be among the last people to wish you a happy Easter, and I hope that you had a nice weekend celebrating with your family and enjoying the holiday. So it's time, as we always do on our channel updates, to recap last week, talk about this week coming up, and again, to be honest, not much to recap last week. Nothing really happened. I know that I said I was going to begin a surprise playthrough last week. Obviously that has not yet happened, and most of the things that I've promised so far in 2012 haven't happened, and I know that this year I've pretty much become the world's biggest hypocrite, to which I'm sorry and ashamed of in a way, but I'll talk about it. But anyway, last week, the only thing I did was really today. Earlier today on Easter, I put out 2 special videos which were book reviews, something I've never done on the channel because honestly I don't read much. But I did a book review of the first and second book in the Hunger Games trilogy, Book 1, The Hunger Games, and Book 2, Catching Fire. I did those 2 reviews for you today, so if you're interested in the Hunger Games series, I recommend checking those reviews out. Certainly a popular movie now, and if you're interested in seeing the movie, interested in the books, I recommend you check it out. So that's pretty much all I did. Now, for the first few days of the week, Monday through Thursday, I was actually pretty busy with school. We did have school last week, Monday through Thursday, and because it was right before spring break, there was a lot of stuff they kind of threw on us right before the break. A lot of homework due, a lot of lab reports due, and all kinds of stuff. So I didn't honestly, I was working in the evenings last week. I didn't really have much to do up until Thursday night. And then, of course, I had Thursday night, Friday, and Saturday really to do footage because today was Easter, so I was kind of busy. And honestly, I did plan on doing stuff, but I just didn't feel the need, or I couldn't get myself to sit down and play games. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit about how I'm feeling right now about games, and why the reason is that I just can't sit down and get anything out on my channel. And to be perfectly honest, because as I've said many times, and as you guys know, I'm honest with you guys. I don't really withhold anything about what's going on, so I'm not going to withhold anything from you now. And basically the bottom line that I figured out is, right now, I'm just not that interested in video games. And I haven't even played a video game. I'm not kidding, I haven't played a video game, since we finished Operation Raccoon City about 2 weeks ago. I haven't played a game. Well, it's been about a week and a half, but I haven't even turned on a game system. And I honestly think the reason that I'm not into games right now is because so far in 2012, there's been one game that's been worth anything in my opinion that I've played, which was The Darkness 2. And I've said that multiple times, but everything else so far has sucked. Like, all the other games that I wanted to play have been terrible, and they've just put me off of gaming. And I'm not kidding, that's how much I've not liked these games. When you talk about Twisted Metal, that game was awful. Syndicate, that game was awful. I started playing Binary Domain, and that game wasn't awful, but it certainly didn't grab my attention, and really just looked pretty generic, and I never continued that game because I wasn't enjoying it. And then Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City, which sucked. And there were other games that I wanted to play, but everything I heard was that they sucked, like Azura's Wrath, like Silent Hill Downpour. I've heard they sucked, and not just from media outlets, but from people I know and I've talked to. You know? So it's like everything that's come out so far this year, for the most part, has been terrible. And it's already April, and it's like I just can't get into gaming right now. Like, there's nothing new that's grabbing my attention. um, there's just nothing coming out, and because of that, during the course of time, all these bad games have been coming out. I've been finding other stuff to do to occupy my time, and I'm getting more interested in them. I mean, I've been using my telescope a lot, my new telescope. I've recently got back into playing basketball, which I'm happy I'm doing because I'm finally doing something physically active. For a lot of time, I just didn't do anything active at all, and now I'm spending a lot of time in my backyard shooting. When I'm up at school, there's a court at our apartment complex, and I've been playing some basketball with my friends in my free time because I used to play basketball all the time when I was a kid. I used to be all about it, played on a team and everything else, and I've missed playing. And I'm getting back into playing and really enjoying it. I've been reading, which I don't do hardly ever, but I've been reading the Hunger Games trilogy and loving that. For a long time I was watching college basketball, the NCAA tournament. That just ended recently. So I've been doing other things rather than playing video games because there hasn't been a thing that I really wanted to play. And, of course, there's still Skyrim out there, which I never finished. But I've been so removed from that game that it's not like pulling on me to play. And I honestly, my interest for video games right now is just very low. And it's because there's just nothing out there that's exciting right now that I want to play. And all the things that I have played have been awful. So, yeah, I don't know. And it's not that I don't want to get back into playing games and get back to really doing the channel. Because let's be honest, I'm not kidding anybody. Most of the time in 2012, my channel has just been dead. Nothing's been really happening. I mean, if you compare this year to last year, 2011, as far as games, there's no comparison. Like, 2011 so far has blown 2012 out of the water as far as games. I mean, at this point in 2011, we already had some pretty good games that had come out by that point, like Dead Space 2 had come out, Killzone 3 had come out, which I played, and Portal 2 came out in April of last year, it's April of this year, and there's like nothing good coming out except maybe Prototype 2 later this year, or later this month. So, there really is no comparison so far, in my opinion. So I've been struggling to get into games recently, and again, I was going to do Halo co-op with Chris, but when we were supposed to do it, he got wrapped up in buying a new car, and most of the nights that week, he'd get out of class and he would have to drive home and deal with the purchasing of the car, so we couldn't play. And we've had nights where we probably could play, but we've just gone and play basketball or something instead. So that's the honest truth of it. And I want to get back into games, but right now I think what I would need is a really good release to come out and get me excited about games again. I mean, there's a ton of games that are coming out at the end of this year that I really actually want to play, like Borderlands 2, obviously BioShock Infinite, Assassin's Creed 3, even the new Call of Duty, because I'm very hopeful that this year's Call of Duty will be very much like Black Ops from 2010, which I really enjoyed, as opposed to Modern Warfare 3 from last year, which I really don't enjoy. So, I'm hopeful of that. But those games won't start coming out till like September, and it's only April. So I don't know. It's not a good year so far, honestly, in games, and it doesn't look to be getting that much better. Now you have some decent looking releases coming out maybe in May, like with Max Payne 3 and some other stuff, but I guess we'll just have to see. So that's the honest truth of it. That's why I haven't started my surprise playthrough, even though it's a game it's an older game that I know I enjoy and that I'm going to like playing. I just haven't been able to sit down and do it. Now that doesn't mean I'm not going to be able to do it, it just means so far I haven't. And the past Thursday night, let's be honest, I came home from school, I was done. Like, right now I'm just done with school, I'm burnt out. I came home Thursday night and I just didn't want to do anything. I was just burnt out and just completely vegged out. Friday and Saturday, yeah, I had opportunities to sit down and do gameplay, but like I said, I just was doing other things. So, that's the honest truth as to why there hasn't been any gaming footage, certainly this week. So, moving on another note, I did try to take some more telescope test footage a couple nights ago, but as I stated right now, it's just not working so far, because until I get the computer system on Tuesday that's going to have this telescope automatically track things that are moving across the sky, it's useless. I mean, for a variety of reasons that I won't get into, but it's not going to happen right now. I need that system to come in to try that system out. That will help. And with the addition of the Barlow lens, which I talked about in that past video, that will help. So if the test footage came out pretty bad and I'm not going to be uploading it, it's just not worth it right now. But it probably will be in the future. But other than that, yeah, I didn't really do much. So let's talk about this week coming up, what I would like to do, and we'll go from there. So first of all, Voodoo's Brew episode 7. Brandon and I are planning on doing it. We're planning on doing it tomorrow. Now, the thing about it is, as I said in last week's update, we were supposed to have a guest on this week's episode. That's why it was coming out late. We'll come and find out she's actually sick right now and is not going to be able to do the episode tomorrow. So what Brandon and I are going to do is we're going to do an episode anyway. We're going to do episode 7 tomorrow without a guest, just the two of us. And whenever she feels better and can do the interview, we'll probably do episode 8 with her on it. And then whenever we do it, we'll probably just delay the release of that episode until the 2-week period like we normally do. So, episode 7 of Voodoo's Brew tomorrow, no guest, just Brandon and I, but we'll do it anyway. It's been 2 weeks, it's time for another one, so we're going to do it. And there's a good amount of things we can talk about in that episode, such as my present reveal, how he's doing on his channel. He's playing Silent Hill Downpour, which I'm not doing, so we can talk to him about how he's enjoying that game. Operation Raccoon City we can talk about. So there's a lot we can talk about in episode 7, so we'll be doing that tomorrow. Now this week I'm completely off of school, but I'll be honest, there are some things that I'm planning on doing. Now, first of all, the computerized system for my telescope is coming in on Tuesday, and I'll be hooking it up. Now, problem is, as usual with my luck, on Tuesday it's supposed to be rainy, and therefore I can't really test the telescope out on Tuesday. But there should be some day this week where the weather is clear. I'll be able to test the telescope out, and I will make a video giving you my reactions onto how it works with the new system, and telling you if I like it, if I don't like it, and so forth, okay? So that will be happening this week. Now the plans that I have is one night I want to have all my friends come over and play some basketball and use the telescope. And we'll be having pretty much a friends night that night, hanging out, having fun. And I won't be doing gaming footage obviously then. Now, another night, I believe my friend Dave is setting up something at his house for his birthday, because his birthday's coming up, and we're all supposed to be going over there to swim or something like that. So that's another night that'll be taken up that I won't be doing footage. So there are some nights where I have things planned, but I'm hopeful, okay, hopeful that at some point this week I can start doing gaming footage again. And still want to do a surprise playthrough for you guys, so I'm hopeful that will happen. Now, I also have plans tomorrow. I have to go fill out a job application. I have to help my aunt set up some wireless internet in her house. But Voodoo's Brew will be happening. You know, that's something I gotta do as well, so we'll see when I can do game footage. But I really hope to be able to make myself sit down and get back into it this week. And maybe if I force myself to sit down and play, I'll get back into it. But we'll have to see what happens as far as that goes. So, yeah, guys, that's pretty much the news. That's pretty much what's going on. Being honest with you guys, being truthful, because, you know, that's how I am. And there's not much else to say on that front. So, do expect Voodoo's Brew tomorrow, episode 7. That will happen. And I'm very hopeful that I can do gameplay footage this week. And maybe there will be some unexpected stuff this week that I film as well that I don't really know right now. Maybe I'll come up with it off the top of my head. We'll see. And if that's the case, you can follow me on Twitter at Voodoo51292 to find that stuff out. And yeah, so again, apologies to everybody. The fact that there hasn't been gaming footage, but I told you the honest reason. hopefully I can get back into it, and we'll see what happens over the course of the week. So thank you guys for watching, and definitely look out for Voodoo's Brew episode 7 tomorrow, and hopefully see you later this week with gaming footage. So see ya.